I know that Valentine's Day was a couple of weeks ago, but Valentine's Day is too great a holiday to only celebrate one day. Maybe outside the library, it's only one day, but in the library, we're still celebrating because Valentine's Day stands for what, guys? What do we celebrate on Valentine's Day? Evie?
Love.
That's what I'm talking about. On Valentine's Day, we celebrate love. And how could you only have love one day a year? You can't. You have to love people every day of the year. Well, at least we could have a little love 2 weeks later anyway. So we're going to have it today. And I picked out some love books. But first, you know what? We're having a very cold winter. Happily, it's starting to get a little warmer. But it's been cold, and I don't know about you guys, but I need new mittens. You guys have mittens? I need new mittens, and I have some new mittens right here. I'm going to try them on. I want to see if you guys like them because the mittens need to be warm, but they also need to be fashionable. So here, I'm going to put on a pair of mittens. I have my mittens on. What do you like my mittens? What do you think of my mittens?
They're cute.
Aren't these beautiful? Wait a second, these are too hard. These are not mittens. These are my shoes. I know they weren't very comfortable. Oh, wait a second, I have better mittens. Wait a second, here we go. I have much better mittens. Here we go, that's for one hand, and let's get the other hand. The other hand, let's, What do you think of my mittens, guys?
They're paper bags.
Paper bags? Oh, no wonder my fingers weren't moving very well. All right, I have one more set of mittens. This is going to be the best set of mittens of all. I have a beautiful set of mittens here that's going to really be great. Let me show you. I'm reaching into the bag and I'm pulling out. Wait a second. Those are not good mittens. I don't like those mittens. Alligator, please. Oh, you know what? I'm indoors. I don't need mittens. I'm going to start the story time. What do you think, guys? And I have a story. This one's not about love. This one's about like snow because we've been having a lot of snow, haven't we? So this one, you could join in with me. It's called If It's Snowing and You Know It, Clap Your Paws. Snowing and you know it, clap your paws. Let's hear. If it's snowing and you know it, clap your paws. Unmute yourselves and then you can clap, Evie. Akira, you got to clap. If you're snowing and you know it, clap your paws. If it's snowing and you know it, clap your paws. If it's snowing and you know it, roll a snowball up and throw it. If it's snowing and you know it, clap your paws. If your fur is full of flurries, take a flake. Skate around or make some angels on a lake. If your fur is full of flurries, you'll forget your winter worries. If your fur is full of flurries, taste the flake. And how do you taste a snowflake? What do? You stick your tongue out. Did that ever happen? You stuck your tongue out and a snowflake landed on it? Has that happened to you? I love when that happens, right? I wish they had flavors, though. It doesn't taste like anything. It would be great if they had one that tasted like root beer. Wouldn't that be good? A snowflake that tasted like root beer, that would be good. All right. If the skies are crisp and clearing, grab your skis. Give your tiny friends a ride behind your knees. If the skies are crisp and clearing, let a walrus do the steering. If the skies are crisp and clearing, Grab your skis. If it's shimmery and it's sunny, sculpt a friend. If he topples, it's an easy job to mend. If it's shimmery and it's sunny, borrow glasses from the bunny. If it's shimmery and it's sunny, sculpt a friend. And what did they make? What did they make, guys? They made a snowman. If it's frosty and you're freezing, build a fort, leaving room for all your buddies, tall or short. If it's frosty and you're freezing, add some curtains that are pleasing. If it's frosty and you're freezing, build a fort. If it's Arctic and you're aching, soak your toes. Hold a steamy cup of cocoa to your nose. If it's Arctic and you're aching, give your paws a gentle baking. If it's Arctic and you're aching, soak your toes. Oh, wait a second, those are my fingers. Well, close enough. If it's wintry and you're weary, go inside. Paint a picture of the icy sport you try. If it's wintry and you're weary, read a book that's warm and cheery. If it's wintry and you're weary, go inside. If it's sleeting and you're sleepy, climb in bed. Tuck your tails and paws and fins beneath the spread. If it's sleeting and you're sleepy, snuggle up with something sheepy. There's a world of wild adventures in your head. All right, that set the mood. We've set the mood for winter, but now we've got to set the mood for love. Now I picked out 2 love books, but these are different love stories. This is not about a cat and a dog being in love. This is not about a boy and a girl being in love. This one is about a crook and his victim being in love. Well, not really his victim. It's about a bad guy and a good guy being in love. A bad guy and a good guy being in love. You think a bad guy and a good guy could be in love? It doesn't sound right, does it? But let's find out from this book. It might surprise us. The name of the book is Baron von Batty and the Ice Ray Incident. Baron von Batty. All right, here we go. Baron von Batty was a genius. Da da dee da. An evil genius. But no matter how clever his plans were, he was always foiled by his nemesis. Captain Kapow. So who's the bad guy and who's the good guy? Baron von Batty was the bad guy, and Captain Kapow is the good guy. Am I right, Kira?
I think.
Captain Kapow always made sure the Baron had time to think about his actions in jail. But all the Baron ever thought about was his next invention and escaping, which he did every time. Look, he got right out of the jail. There he is. Then one day during a routine ice ray experiment, the unthinkable happened. Oh! Captain Kapow got frozen. Look at that. Oh my. The Baron couldn't believe his eyes. He had actually caught Captain Kapow. Baron von Batty had won. No one could stop him now. He could do anything he wanted. The first week, he built a new robot, changed Tuesday to Wednesday, and ate a lot of donuts. This is the greatest. Look how happy he is. The second week, he built another robot, changed Friday to Thursday, and ate some more donuts. This is still kind of fun. The third week, he stopped building robots, missed his birthday, so he changed the days back, and he got sick of donuts. This is boring. Oh boy. The Baron had a stunning revelation. He missed Captain Kapow. What was the point of creating chaos if no one was trying to stop you? So the Baron rushed back to his lab and spent the night building a heat ray. And he shot it at Captain Kapow. And what happened? Captain Kapow got thawed, which means he wasn't icy anymore. The captain sprang into action, catching the Baron and smashing the ray. Then he dropped the Baron off at his home away from home, which was where, guys? Where was the Baron's home away from home, Evie? Where was his home away from home?
Jail.
In jail. That's right. The Baron was back in jail. Things were right again. The Baron even took time to think about his actions. And he decided not to break out. For a whole 3 hours, my next robot would look great in the shade of gray. So the Baron got out, Captain Kapow got free, and so it was kind of a love story, because if the Baron did not really like Captain Kapow, he would have kept him frozen. But he must have liked him because he unfroze him, right, with his heat ray, and it was like a love-hate relationship. It was like a love-hate relationship. He didn't like him when he was chasing him, but he did like him when he wasn't there anymore. So it was a different kind of love story, Baron von Barty and the ice ray incident. Now I have one final love book, and this one's really, you have to work with me on this one. You have to work with me. It's about a monster and his victim. And the monster and the victim end up, let's see if they end up liking each other or not. The monster and his victim. All right, you wouldn't think a monster would have the capacity for love. But let's see what happened. The Grinch at the end of the story ends up feeling love. Doesn't his heart grow 3 times more? So let's see what happens here. The name of the book is Leonardo the Terrible Monster. And it was written by your pal Mo Willems, and you know who Mo Willems is, right? That's the man that writes the Pigeon books. He writes Elephant and Piggy and the Knuffle Buddy books. So you know this is going to be a good story, right? If Mo Willems wrote it. Leonardo the Terrible Monster, published by Hyperion, by the way. All right. Here we go. Leonardo was a terrible monster. He couldn't scare anyone. He didn't have 1,642 teeth like Tony. Look at that. It takes him so long to brush his teeth at night, but by the time he's finished, it's morning. I made that up. He wasn't big like Eleanor. Oh, boy. And he wasn't just plain weird like Hector. Leonardo tried very hard to be scary. Let's see you do something scary. Go ahead, Kira. Oh. Evie, Logan, let's see you do something scary. look at those claws.
I'm really good at being scary because I like that.
Oh man, all right, let's get back to the story. I don't want to get any more scared. He tried very hard to be scary, but he just wasn't. One day, Leonardo had an idea. He would find the most scaredy-cat kid in the whole world and scare the tuna salad out of him. Leonardo researched until he found the perfect candidate. Sam. Leonardo snuck up on the poor, unsuspecting boy. And the monster gave it all he had. Yeah! Until the little boy cried. Yes, cheered Leonardo, I did it. I finally scared the tuna salad out of someone. No, you didn't, snapped Sam. Oh, yeah, replied Leonardo. Then how come you're crying? My big mean brother stole my action figure right out of my hands while I was playing with it. And then he broke it on purpose. And it was my favorite toy. And I tried to fix it, but I couldn't. And I got so mad, I kicked the table and I stubbed my toe on the same foot that I hurt last month when I accidentally slipped in the bathtub after I got soap in my eyes trying to wash out the bird poo. That my brother's cockatoo pooped on my head and I don't have any friends and my tummy hurts. That's why. Then Leonardo made a very big decision. Instead of being a terrible monster, he would become a wonderful friend. This is where the love comes in, guys. And look, are they friends with each other? They're holding hands, right? That's a friend. That's a kind of a friend thing to do, isn't it? But that didn't mean that he couldn't try to scare his friend every now and then. Boo! And look, Sam was chasing Leonardo on the last page. Were they friends with each other? What do you think, Kira? Were they friends with each other at the end of the story? Yeah. Evie, Logan? They were friends with each other. So that's what I mean by a love book. I picked different unorthodox forms of companionship. I had a bad guy and a good guy making friends with a good guy, and we had a monster making friends with his victim. And so it shows that love could come in many forms, and at the Maynard Library it comes in lots of forms, especially our love for books and for story time. So thank you one and all for coming to my story time this week as we continued our Valentine story time. Thank you for coming. I really was happy to see you guys. I'm glad you had good vacation weeks. And I will see you next week, I hope, maybe. You'll come back next week, all right, guys?
Mm-hmm.
All right, does anyone else,
Bye.
does anyone have anything else to say?
Papa, I need you.
Okay, bye-bye, guys.